Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paddock podcast, live as always. Joining me are two absolute titans of the Manchester United fan base. And I always use that intro because I know you love it. Mr. Joe Smith,
like
how are we
I'm
doing?
some tuna in like a little pond in someone's backyard. You're like, fucking, that's a big lad, isn't it? That's not me. I'm not a tuna.
A tuna's big.
Yeah, they're massive.
Oh yeah, they are. They're worth a lot of money.
Well,
Then,
there's tons of money, mate.
We should get into tuna.
Have you watched that Oceanspiracy or whatever it's called?
No.
Ocean. What was it?
Oceanspiracy.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
No, it's called Seaspiracy.
I was about to say
yeah, why was it called conspiracy?
Because it's hard to explain what that means by saying it, whereas Seaspiracy, you hear the word sea, you hear the word conspiracy. If someone said, have you seen that conspiracy? You go, which conspiracy? There's
No,
loads.
but you gotta go. Have you seen Conspiracy?
Yeah, it's convoluted.
Anyway, Adam McCall is also here. How are we doing, Macca?
Viva Ronaldo.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a quiet week, innit, since last season.
He's running down the wing.
Not much happening.
Hear United sing.
I go away for one weekend and literally all hell breaks
Do you know
loose.
what? It's funny as well
You
because
chose the worst weekend.
you have like a day off, and in the chat in the live yesterday, everyone's like, "Where's Joe? Why is Joe not here?
Can you believe it?
Is Joe left?" I'm like, no, he's having a day off.
Yeah.
Like, we let him have a day off now and
Isn't
again.
that-
Not very often, but now
That's
and again.
worrying that Joe has a day off.
And people think he's left the channel or something.
Oops.
Hey.
Oh no, I've only gone and ingratiated myself with the fans. Unlucky.
Get involved in the chat, get involved in the comments, give us a like as well. Hit that
good to
like
be back.
button. Yes, it's good to have you back. What are we talking about today, Macca?
Football.
What?
Daniel James?
Stupid idea.
Ronaldo,
Let's talk about
obviously.
tuna.
The
Daniel
latest,
James
isn't it?
gone.
Well, they aren't yet, has he? That's what
Going.
we talk about, yeah.
Going, gone.
Yes.
That means
Go on. Oh, God, I know what's coming here
Can't
now.
even bear this anymore.
Go on.
Ronaldo's going to wear 21.
Oh. I was expecting something else then.
I was expecting it to be more maths based. Getting a protractor
It
out.
means Ronaldo's wearing 21. And if you want a little bit of a spoiler from PR Pissate today,
Which is mint, by the way.
what was his first number at Sporting Lisbon?
20...
Come on, you know the answer.
Is it 20...
You know the answer.
I might get this wrong now.
Darren Gibson's old number?
Darren Gibson's
You know,
28.
Darren Gibson's old
28,
number.
yeah.
He does
28.
actually know it. Incredible.
The G-bomb. I love the G-bomb, mate. I will die on that hill that Darren Gibson was a good player for Manchester United.
Who were you dickhead? He knew you meant.
I watched Darren Gibson.
Saying Darren Gibson numbers to him is like saying Cantona's number.
Darren Gibson with hair is like a legend at this club.
Darren Gibson, mate, you're forgetting Champions League semi-finals, goals.
All right,
Bayern Munich in the Champions League, goals.
you're missing
Hull,
the maths. At the moment.
goals. Come on.
Hull. Winners.
Tap low.
Yeah.
A great goal against Hull. by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will,
Great.
mate.
So 28. What was his old number at United? Go on. Remember, it was Michael Owen's number.
7.
Yeah, that's
Right, yeah. That's how I
You know, the
remember it.
famous sevens at United. You've got your Owens.
That's how I
You've got
remember that.
Obertan in a training game. Yeah. And countless others. I can't remember the rest.
So what happens? Now, you're going to need a bit of time to work this out.
Go on.
Do you need a bit of paper?
You write down for me.
Yeah.
Make a mental note.
28.
28, right?
Sorry,
yeah.
one sec, my pen's not working.
Right, go on. 28. You remember that number and I remember the next one. You remember 28, go on.
Minus
Minus.
7.
Minus 7. What number are you remembering?
28.
I've got minus 7.
Right.
Right, go on.
And that means equals.
So what we're doing? Adding 28 to minus 7?
Take
Yeah.
7 from 28, dickhead.
21.
Ah,
Love that from you.
nice.
I love that. Do you know what you've
Hey.
become? Do you know those people who are like, the pyramids can't have been built by humans, and they're like, why? And they don't say, oh, because it's too neat, it's too much of a mechanical
It's too good.
feat. They just say,
big.
well, if you add up all the perimeters of all four sides and times that by the equator of the Earth, you get the number 2,187, which sounds arbitrary, but it's actually the axis that the Earth is on in relation to the sun. You're like, who gives a fuck? You've done so
that
much
true?
maths, all that stuff. It's honestly like that.
Is that true?
Something like that. You've done so much maths, it points to true north and all that. You're literally just mathsing your way through life here.
Yeah, maths is important.
Is it?
Numbers are important.
Maths is important. And it was Plato that said that.
Yeah.
I think it was Plato
Numbers
that said
Actually,
that.
it wasn't. It
I'll
was,
be honest with you. Numbers are important.
What
Ask
are you
Antonio
you're honest
Valencia.
with me.
Ask Antonio Valencia. He wore
I'll be-
25.
I'll be
He wore
honest with
7.
you.
He was shit.
Numbers is important.
Numbers are important.
Numbers important.
Maths.
Words are helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just remember
Listen,
that.
science.
You know what I
Numbers
mean?
mean
Science.
things. And there's
Numbers are important.
significance in numbers.
Significance. Which is
Say words now.
significant
You just say
magnificence. There is significance.
Conspiracy.
Yeah, exactly. Significance.
Magnificent.
I still feel drunk from the Ronaldo news.
Enough of this magnificent
Ronaldo, the Ronaldo news was like heroin, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I picked my dad up from the airport.
Did he have all the heroin?
He's not allowed to talk about that pending a court case, and I'm not about to, put him in any more trouble than he's already in. And he was talking about your video that you shot on the Friday morning at the transfer review.
Brilliant.
Because it looked like, and I was on your channel saying he ain't coming to United, he's going to City. End of
You
discussion.
convinced me
I
it
know,
was done.
because you still had hope, and I
Me
didn't.
and you Thursday night through there. I was on my knees.
That's the first time I've seen him sort of get ranty.
What?
Yeah.
I can't believe you just said that.
I was that mad. I became Jay's boyfriend for the night. Is that what you're trying to get me to say, Adam?
He was
Does
on
that
his-
make you feel happy?
I didn't know it was such an official title.
He was on his knees, and then he got up and we put the cameras on.
And then you said action, and I wiped my mouth, and we started. For fuck's sake.
You know
absolute
secrets
pig.
away here,
It's 4
Joe.
o'clock. Kids are just coming home from school if it weren't summer
No one's
holidays.
at school.
Yeah, they are. Teachers are at school
But-
prepping for the next year, and it's a really hard job, actually. Do they have a bigger pay rise?
Looking after any kids is hard.
Yeah, let alone 30.
Let alone, yeah, exactly. We were angry though, weren't we?
Yeah, I was on my knees
Like the
pleading to
first
the
time
gods.
I've seen him angry, like legitimately angry.
was
You were
sad.
still hopeful because that's what you do. You're always Mr. Hopeful. I sort of tried to ruin your hope
Do you
by
know
just
what
being
I
a miserable,
use
cynical
about everything?
bastard.
Everything.
Go on.
Right, Fabrizio Romano could say it's done. I go on my gut.
Right.
I remember Pogba, I never thought Pogba was signed.
I-
Because it was like, in my gut feeling was, he's
So
gonna
what
end
if
up at Man
what if
United.
some big like life event is happening where you need to trust yourself, but you've got food poisoning? What do you do then? Because your guts are in
you're
turmoil.
fucked then, innit?
Then you just pray to the
Just gotta
gods.
wing
That's
it,
the
haven't you?
point.
And hope you don't shit yourself.
Yeah, nice.
Is he gonna I've
No,
shot
but I
myself
genuinely,
and he's joining
I
City.
had a gut feeling that it wasn't happening. I don't know whether it was because my brain wouldn't accept it and it just didn't feel right. But then by Friday morning, I had accepted it. It was done.
Because we started hearing the rumours filtering through, didn't we?
And I heard a brief rumor before we did that, and I didn't I was saying stuff to Callum imagine how funny it would be if he just came to United. I was saying stuff like that, but I weren't really thinking it. And then just did the transfer review and I said 0 out of 10.
Did you see this stuff?
Reverse psychology.
The stuff coming out today that apparently United weren't in for him until they found out City were. Does that? I'm not trying to pour water on any of this. Does that bother you at all, or do you just think it was? If that's what made us do it, so be it. Or do you think that's not really a transfer strategy? What are your thoughts?
Discuss.
It had to be done. It had to be done. First off, any team with Cristiano Ronaldo in it is better. And I'm one of those people that was saying at the start that I don't really want us to sign him. I just don't want him to go City. I don't necessarily think signing him was important, which is crazy because he's one of the best players in the world, possibly the greatest ever. And then I felt like just get that DM and let's move forward and pray to God he doesn't go to City. But then once it came down to if you don't intervene, he's going to City, you have to intervene. You just have to. Because of the fact that it means so much more than Ronaldo just playing for City.
Yeah.
It means so much more than that. It means one of your European Cups is tainted.
Yeah.
One of your 4 Ballon d'Or winners is no longer... and I know Dennis Law played for City, but this is different.
Nah,
Football
it's
was
different.
different.
You can't compare
You can't
them.
have the greatest player of our modern era.
Yeah.
Fair?
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest player we've ever had.
No, for me, the greatest player we've ever had. But let's be fair.
Certainly,
Greatest player of modern era.
Yeah.
You can't have him walking out at the Etihad in a City shirt with City fans. All that shit's
No.
that
Because
could not
forever
run.
then. You've lost that forever. It's
I
not
think
just
that's
this
a
season.
momentum swinger as well.
Yeah.
Look, United haven't really got any momentum in terms of chasing City, but this could be the spark. We are now a team that can win any trophy.
Yeah.
Which even with Fred in midfield's crazy.
Do you know what though? If he was going to come back, right, this is actually the best way it could have happened.
Do you think?
I honestly think if we'd have just gone out and got Ronaldo, it wouldn't have been as good as the way we've done it. Because I was like, obviously you spoke to me. I'd given up. He was going to City. Mentally, I'm like, he's there. And all those things you spoke about, him coming out of the Etihad, wearing the blue shirt. Even that picture of him holding that shirt would have been sickening.
Scotty was saying to me, Republic of Mancuna, he'll win their first Champions League as well. Or was it you that said that? Someone said that. I was speaking to both of you at the
I
same
think I
time.
said anything that was the most depressing thing you can think
It's
of.
true though.
I was saying that because I just thought this is going to be horrible. And then to go from that, all those City fans doing the videos, which I hope you two have
Oh yeah, we've got that. We've got them. We were opening the show with one of them.
You dickhead.
Yeah, I mean, that is class. That's what I mean. To feel like that, it felt like... It felt a bit like, I mean, not to that extent, but it's like 99 in it. I have that feeling of it's so shit, it's all falling apart. And
It's the greatest days.
Teddy Sheringham
It's the
steps
greatest days supporting United without United actually playing.
100%.
Do you get what I mean?
I agree with that.
Like without it being a footballing thing, it was a really good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
If you broke up with missus,
Right.
and then you're like, you know what, it was the right thing to do. It probably was the right time for us to part ways. And then a couple of weeks later, you're like, I'm gonna say, she's about to go on a date with one of my mates.
Yeah.
I want her back. I want her back now. And it's not bad. I've changed my mind,
Are you
actually.
speaking from a place of experience?
I'm not speaking from a place of experience, but this is what we've done with
Sorry,
Ronaldo.
that is the case.
It's like, as soon as you saw her going on a date with someone that you don't like at the pub, you're like, fuck that. Yeah, I need you
No,
back.
it's like a kid with a toy as well.
What?
It's like kids with toys. Remember when you was a kid and like you'd have a toy and then you wouldn't use it and then your cousin would come and you'd be like, get the fuck off that.
Get
That
off
shit's
my
mine,
toy.
bruv.
That's my favourite toy,
Get
you
back,
dick.
you bastard. Yeah, it's basically that.
I'm so happy he's back. I'm so happy.
Ash K Vital in the chat says, Ronaldo and Anderson reminds me of Bruno and Fred even.
What I loved about the move was how
The move.
everyone
That's
came
all it needs to be
together.
called, in it. The move.
Everyone came together.
Yeah.
What, like, go on, explain.
Current players Bruno,
Yeah.
Yeah.
ex-manager Fergie, current manager Ali,
Ex-players.
ex-players Rio.
United.
It was almost
family.
like we summoned him rather than signing him,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was like we
mobilised.
we conjured him.
We mobilised
What
them.
if Jorge Mendes, and Rory put this into my head because I don't believe this is what happened, but it's actually a possibility. What if Jorge Mendes and Ronaldo, when they asked United at the start of the window and United went, nah, they thought, Ronnie, do you want to go to United? And he's gone, yeah, but they don't want me. He's gone, don't worry, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I know what to do.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen what happened with Alexis Sanchez. You've seen what happened with Fred. Like, Ronnie, I've got it. You're going to join Manchester United.
Yeah.
Because when he was saying, I'm leaving Juventus,
Yeah.
it wasn't, I'm leaving Juventus and I'm joining City.
No.
It was, I'm leaving Juventus.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Italy. I'm gone. And
Which is mad to do when, hasn't he got a year left on his contract? And I don't think
now, they were happy for him.
I know,
Not happy, but
I'm
they
not
were
sure I've seen anyone do that before. Where they're like, I'm leaving. You're like, you
Well,
got a
that,
contract.
like-
But they didn't say that. They just went, he went, I'm leaving. And they went, oh, all
You
right.
see what Juventus and Real Madrid have done is what Barcelona should have done ages ago. Real Madrid realised they couldn't sustain Ronaldo's wages, and they went, we need to make a plan for the future without him.
And they got
And I think-
100 million quid
I think
for him
Juventus
in the meantime.
did that as well because he joined Juventus pre-COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So the deal would have been based on
Played against us, didn't he? Do you remember?
yeah, the deal would have been based on pre-COVID earnings,
Yeah. And you think
all
as
those
well,
kind
like,
of things.
like you were saying then about the wages and everything. Real Madrid got more than they spent on Ronaldo when they sold him 7 years later after scoring more than a goal a game for him for 450 matches. Like, ridiculous. Yeah, look at that.
Bad James, for fuck's sake.
Should we talk about Dan James?
shout that.
Go through that super chat
Yeah,
first and
we'll
then
give
get
yeah.
onto Dan
Sorry,
James.
Ross Murphy in the super chat says that day when I heard the news about Ronaldo joining City, I never felt that sad and unhappy since the whole Super League. Thankfully, he's coming home. Well said, Ross. Get your feelings, bro.
Coming
And like
on.
we said before, the way that it was just going to be the end of a sort of an era in a way, and the fact that Messi was leaving, Ronaldo was moving again, and they were both just going to the oil giants. It felt like a sort of a real like flag in the top of Mount, like sadness.
What's this?
Because just football had just. I mean, football had just become the thing that you worried it would be when
Yeah.
Abramovich bought Chelsea. Is it just going to be billionaires buying all the best players like FIFA Career Mode? City getting Ronaldo would have been the epitome of
The
that.
romance of football kind of would have
Yeah,
died.
it's
That's
like
it, innit?
it's just
It's
become
all like, it's
a
done.
disgusting Dubai Instagram post of a sport. That's what it would have been.
You get to that point, don't you, where you think I can't be asked this anymore.
City are that girl
Like,
though.
you like,
They are that girl.
Going to Dubai, getting shat on.
Yeah, and then you look and they've got no
You're
mates.
taking
Brackets
pictures
fans.
and you can't. You're like, who are they on? Are they on holiday on their own?
I think
And
they
then
might
you
be
look
on
in the reflection and you see some plump fella.
Yeah, one of their dad's mates who they pay to take pictures of him. Well, they don't pay him; he pays her. But even so, no mates there.
That's City, bro.
Yeah, they just take a picture of the
Yeah,
ticket.
you've got a nice car and you've got
Yeah.
a nice watch, but
Yes.
you're getting shat on.
Yeah, by one of your dad's mates.
Some rich
I
fella.
think somewhere the connection
do you
loses.
do you remember Ronaldo then? Fully.
Do I remember? Oh yeah,
Like
big time.
fully, you're old enough
The shot
to.
I remember.
Because I remember I had Ronnie and Abdullah here. Ronnie was getting teary-eyed. They both were. Because
Oh,
it's
I
like,
saw that.
and it was good because they were kids when he left, so they didn't really get to see.
Well,
him
he left in
properly.
2009, so I was 14 when he left.
Oh yeah, so you
or 16. Sorry,
Oh right,
16.
so yeah, you saw it all then.
And I used to go. There's a college, like a little college in the field behind my house, and I would go out. And this is sad because this is a proper Billy no mates tackle. But after school, I'd come home, take my ball on the field, and there's like a big strip of grass that was dead straight, and I used to stand and practice Ronaldo free kicks for like hours, hours in a row, and just try and get the little wobble on it and all that. Just boot it, run after it, boot it, run after it for ages. I fucking love Ronaldo.
See some simple kid just kicking the ball and chasing it on his own.
Taking a kid, don't play with him.
Very interesting.
He's got full shin pads on. And
I did have my full shin pads
away
on.
from him. No, there's nothing wrong about that. You can't.
Ronaldo's my hero.
Yeah.
Remember we had that conversation and I was like, look, Beckham and Cantona are like my childhood heroes.
Yeah.
But you know when I became like, I watched Ronaldo so when he came to United I was 15, 16.
Yeah, 2003.
And I got to see him, 14 I would have been. So 14 till like 20.
Yeah.
So like I became an adult watching Ronaldo develop. Like I remember going 08 final, being in town, pissed up. The next day it was my birthday, so midnight, and it's like
I remember chatting to you about this the other day, and it's got a different feeling now.
It's amazing. Exactly.
We were talking about that the other day. I was nearly
like me and him did a video reacting to Ronaldo being a City player,
and like he was still having a bit of hope, and I had gone. I was like fully, and part of that was I had to just prepare myself as much as I could. But me and you were, weren't we? Yeah. And I was like, I can't allow myself to think it ain't gonna happen.
How slow though? Yeah, because we can kind of talk about this now.
Yeah, come on.
Like, and this isn't a criticism of Fabrizio, by the way, or any of those reliable journalists. But from what we gathered, that move started to change
Thursday night,
24 hours, 36 hours before.
Yeah.
And Friday morning, you still got the size stones and Fabrizio. Everyone's saying nothing's changed. Like,
the odds were still City. He was still odds on to join City.
20 to 1 in the morning.
And us who aren't particularly ITK, you know,
we
knew at like 10 to 11 in the morning that this is done.
Yeah. We knew, but we didn't know because we were getting messages that were cryptic still.
They were a little bit cryptic.
So it was like,
something's happening. It kind of made sense now in retrospect. And at the time, you thought that surely means.
Yeah, that surely means he's coming to United.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
Because I initially thought it just meant he's not going City.
Yeah, but you don't want to be too excited. We can't obviously be announcing stuff. It's not like we were in the room with Ronaldo by any means.
The mad thing was as well, we were doing a video at 4 that day. So in the morning, he was 20 to 1 on to go at City. Then it comes out like he's not going to City. City pulled out and it's like he's actually coming to United. Ollie's spoken about him. Everyone's tweeting about him. And then by 4 o'clock or whatever it was, the club tweeted.
Well, that's
like
thing.
it was so
the club
quick.
Tweeted
we were
within 5 minutes of Romano saying, "Here we go."
Yeah.
The club tweeted, which is
like
the fastest it's ever been.
I mean, laptop here, and I was like,
do you
how
think
has this gone so quickly?
That clubs have now got round to right? He's going to do his here we go. Let's have a statement ready to counteract that.
Just because of Romano?
Or do you mean in general, journalists?
If you were working in social media or PR,
because you miss out on those hits, then, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't think it's coincidence that tweet and the Instagram post, the corresponding Instagram post from United, are the 2 most liked sporting posts in history on those team sport on those platforms. I don't think it's coincidence that happens. Obviously, it's Ronaldo that adds an extra 50%, maybe 100% anyway, but you get an extra 50 to 100% because of the fact that it was so fast. Most people saw the news United were signing Ronaldo from United, which is never the case. No. It's usually 2 or 3 days later where we go, we've come to an agreement. I think that helped it so much, and I think if you're in their social media team, you're going, we have to do this fucking every time.
Earn his money. Yeah. Loads of people just in the chat talk about Ronaldo. Obviously, Ronaldo was never signing for City. Says Cheeky.
Not so sure about that.
I don't know if United hadn't got their act together.
I think he would have signed for him.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I'm seeing some tweets there about.
Who are them? Do you know who they are?
I've
Seem
met
to
one
have
of
come
them
from
at
nowhere
the
to just take over
because they interviewed me at the protests about thingy. But we're hearing some tweets are coming through about potential moves. Obviously, Daniel James is the latest news to Leeds.
Should we talk about that?
Yeah, get involved in the chat in the comments. Let us know. Dan James, it says it looks like he's going to go to Leeds. I'm not happy about that. Abhishek says, Paddy says we missed his super chat. Sorry.
We'll come to that.
Yeah. If I did miss your super chat, I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Abhishek. Fred plus James for Calvin Phillips or any DM, please.
Yeah, that Calvin. I'm not sure if that's based on the rumor, but that rumor was by some fake dude.
So we're not getting any swap deals or anything. Is it Dan James got to Leeds?
I think it looks like at the moment these outgoings aren't going to affect any incoming.
Why the fuck are we selling someone to Leeds?
Because we don't really care about.
I
it.
do.
I don't.
I don't want to help them in any way, shape, or form.
It'll be good for Bielsa as well.
I think
I
he does
genuinely
help them.
don't care. And
I wish I didn't.
you know what's incredible? How little people care. Dan James will still get a good reception at Old Trafford.
Mate,
I would. I don't know something.
it's a tricky one because Lee Sharp, I like, and he went to Leeds when it probably mattered. But I don't know, man. It's still part of me.
He went to Bradford first.
It'd be tough.
No, he
it'd be
went
tough
Leeds
to clap
first.
a Leeds
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
But the thing with Dan James,
No,
is,
I wouldn't do that.
I think he's just ticked the box he was meant to tick completely. I personally
This is what I've
wouldn't
been
sell him.
saying.
Like, no offense to Jesse, but I think in terms of the quality he's got and the possibilities he brings to another team, I think Jesse leaving makes more sense than Dan James leaving.
No, I agree. Like, why did we buy
I'd
Dan?
rather keep
Why did we
Jesse.
buy Dan James? We bought Dan
Jesse's not
James to
gonna
do
play.
what he's done.
Jesse's better than Daniel
He's
James.
not going to get a game in
Yeah, but
his
that's
position.
cool. But I'd rather have Jesse in my squad than Daniel James. Daniel James
I get
is
that. I
not
get that.
good enough to be a Manchester United player. That's it. Sell him to Leeds. I don't care.
The one thing I will say about Daniel James and Jesse is I think Jesse's got a higher ceiling than Daniel James.
Yeah, definitely. He's a better player than Dan James. But and
Like,
that's
Daniel
what I'm
James
saying.
couldn't do the sort of performances that we've seen from Jesse
No.
in the past. I think with Dan James, he's obviously been relatively effective, had a very good record against City, for example, but he's not a player that you think he's going to win your titles in Champions League. So I
Absolutely
understand why he's getting sold. I just think if Brighton wanted him, Everton wanted him, and Leeds
Swap
wanted
him
him.
for Danny Welbeck.
Oh, mate, don't.
Yeah, that'd be
Forget
good, wouldn't it?
Basuma. Get Welbeck.
Forget
man.
Ronaldo.
Imagine Ronaldo and Welbeck.
Welbeck.
Come back in the Imagine Welbeck comes back and Cavani gives him the 7.
Welbeck, Ronaldo, Marshall.
Marshall. Hashtag
21 is
Welbeck. And we sell Ronaldo to City.
There's
to
25
get
goals a
Welbeck.
season out of them 4. Out of them 3. Ronnie's getting 20. Ronnie's getting 25.
When it became obvious that Danny Welbeck was available for transfer, we knew we had to act.
he was going to go to City,
Yeah.
but we got the ex-players on the case.
These sorts of opportunities only
Darren
come up
Gibson
every
phoned Danny
transfer
Welbeck.
window.
What are you up to, Dan? Well, nothing really. Right, I'm bored. What are you up to? So Dan James, you're not bothered. You got to Leeds. You don't think
Not
it
bothered.
really. It's not. Is that because you don't care as much about Leeds, or you just don't think it matters?
I
Or
care
both.
about if it was someone.
Like someone you liked or thought was gonna.
No, I don't
not
dislike Daniel
him.
James.
Sorry, I don't mean that.
I don't rate him.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a difference.
Where do you stand on it? Are you peeved slightly
I
with
don't
going
know.
to Leeds?
Yeah, I am a bit because I know he's not got the final product of. And like 7 players that are ahead of him are better players than him.
Yeah.
But I think he does a job in a way that no one else does it for United. I think his work rate, his energy, and his speed are unmatched by anyone except maybe Rashford.
Yeah.
I don't, and obviously Rashford's got hundreds of other qualities. But if you're looking at the top trumps card, Dan James, you've got speed 100, you've got work rate 100, and I think in certain games
should just get
he
Usain
makes
Bolt
more
in.
sense. But for instance, I would say someone like against Leeds, for instance,
Yeah.
I think playing Dan James on the left makes more sense than playing Martial on the left
Right.
because of his work rate, because of his intensity to match teams like Leeds. As we saw last season, I think there are games where Dan James is suited to play for Man United, and I just think, maybe he's not going to be a top player, and he never will be. He's 23 years old. He wasn't expensive. He's not going to be a big name, big player. I just think we're not that far off not having someone like that in our squad now. I don't know.
just
That's my
wonder-
worry.
I get what
understand
you're
that.
saying
I just
about his
wonder whether,
tactical
like,
uses,
go on.
but there's not enough
I
quality.
just wonder whether,
agree.
like,
I
I wonder
agree.
whether
Like
all
his
he's looking
first
at
touch
the
is
likes
bad.
of Anthony Elanga, someone like that, and thinking he's got something that Dan James hasn't, and I want to use him more. Diallo, I think, was going to go on loan to Feyenoord. It's not happening now because he got injured. But you've got him waiting as well for a chance. You're bringing in Ronaldo. He still rates Martial. You've got Rashford to come back. You think at one point you must think there's too many. Do you know? Like, I have got
I
too
agree with
many.
that.
Next summer,
Like,
you see
I have to do something
you
with
see-
some of them.
possibly Marshall leave, and you see possibly another. If Jesse hasn't left, possibly him.
Yeah.
I think maybe Daniel James stays if Ahmad goes on loan.
No, I agree. I think that.
Because I do agree with what Joe's saying, but I've genuinely have no ill feeling towards him leaving, towards him being sold.
I've not got an
Leeds.
ill feeling to it.
I just don't like. It's not good enough. Like, and I think
He's
this
not.
is the thing that's seen us give contracts to Matic and Jones and Smalling.
That's a fair
It's
point.
just like we know you're not good enough. Like, get rid.
So is this the first player that Ollie's bought that he sold? I know Igalo came in and went, but like actually bought and sold since he's been at Manchester United. I'll get in some of the super chats. Juan Martinez says, we need to sell to buy, but Jesse, Phil, Andreas, etc. are on such high wages, nobody wants them. James is on average wage and cheap to buy, blame Ed.
Andreas
By the way, sorry, go on.
Andreas is at Flamengo now, scored the other day.
Yeah.
Good lad.
If we don't get more for Dan James than we paid for him, I'll be pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
If we don't get 20 million for him, I'll be annoyed at that. We paid 15 from an unproven lad in the Championship. He's come in, he's proven himself to be Premier League quality, if not, even if it's not Champions League sort of challenging for the title quality. If we do another thing where we get 12.5 million for him, I'll be pissed off at that. We've got to get, I think, 20 million plus for him.
He should have improved his value, increased his value. Since he come. He's played like 50 Premier League games or whatever.
And I think there's a competition for him, innit?
Yeah, like you say, Brighton, Leeds, I think Leicester, yeah. So like, and these aren't, not all. I know Brighton are quite low down, but they're not relegation fodder. It's not like Norwich, Watford, and whoever.
Annoying? Brighton won him. Bissouma.
I know. Is that not like?
I know it's.
I don't know.
Sheikh Sabahuddin says Premier League has listed both Ronaldo and Cavani as number 7 under United in their website. Also, Athletic are reporting Ronaldo will be announced in hours.
Yeah, I think Daniel James leaves, Cavani 21, because Cavani's changed his Instagram handle as well, isn't it?
I saw that. Is that legit?
To Cavani official 21 or something.
I saw that.
So Cavani 21's coming, and then Ronaldo CR7, because his brand as well, innit? And United are.
If you're Cavani, are you pissed?
No.
Are you bothered? Do you get it?
You know what I found funny about this? We've all been singing King of Uruguay and all this bollocks, yeah. It was like fucking, what's his name? Andy with Woody and Buzz. Like, as soon as Ronaldo or Buzz Lightyear came, we were like, fucking get out of the face, Cavani, you shit cunt, give me your shirt.
I know. People were like getting angry with him, weren't they? Like, when it looks like he won't give Ronaldo his shirt. Like, who's you think he is? I thought, what?
I know we've got
last week we were adoring him. Like, I love him, he's the king. Like, he's look at him and all this. And then it was proper like,
yeah. I always see
I've got a nude side.
Ronaldo holding Cavani flying through the air into the top of an open car, like at the end. Ronaldo, you're flying! I reckon Ronaldo could fly.
Where he drops Woody on the floor, and he drops slowly. It is that.
That's a meme, that.
It's sad.
Edward Bamber in the super chat says, Dan James is the kind of transfer that makes sense. Much easier to get 30 million for a bench warmer who still plays than someone like Jones and Lingard. I mean, Jones is a different story, innit? You've got to be honest about Jones and what's going on there. But Lingard, he's still got something to offer for me. He's only 28.
When did we give Phil Jones his new contract?
This week.
2 years ago?
Yeah, this morning. I don't know. But it would have been 2 years ago, wasn't it? Is it a 3-year deal or something 2 years ago?
It's all right. It's good money if you can get it.
I mean, it was obviously very short-sighted by the club. I mean, are we all resigned and that's it? Transfer-wise coming in? Are we going to get the CDM?
I think there's still a possibility. I always hold that hope. There's been many rumours, but apparently we were speaking to Sal's team only this week. I know a Ronaldo-shaped thing has happened in the meantime. But I think it's clear we want a CDM. So if Ollie feels like he can get rid of James, get rid of Lingard, get rid of maybe one other, and fund that, I think he'd try and do that.
The problem is you're not seeing rumours about Matic or McTominay or Fred. Not that I think we should sell McTominay, but you're not seeing rumours about them.
No.
So or even Donny van der Beek. So then, where's that player going to come in? Look, I think between now and the close of the window, Jesse Lingard will leave, Daniel James will leave. That's probably you recouping 40 million. Like, the only move I could possibly see us trying to make happen is Camavinga, because of the fact Ren could take money for him now rather than next summer when he leaves on a free. The thing that's hot, I think that move would have already been done if Camavinga wanted to come to United. Yeah. So I don't get the feeling that a transfer in is going to happen. Unfortunately.
Sorry, someone in the chat, MRV, says, have you guys seen the Arsenal doc summary on IMDb?
Is it out?
And I've just looked at it, and on IMDb it says documentary, comedy, All or Nothing Arsenal. In Amazon's third instalment of All or Nothing, we uncover the pathetic downfall of London's North London's...
Is it like Wikipedia where anyone can do that?
No, well, yeah, like...
Yeah, I don't think Arsenal have written that.
Yeah.
Have Amazon written that?
No, anyone. I've got an IMDb page that I didn't make.
Read through it then.
Someone made one for me. And sent me a link.
Made that.
I did. I swear.
He came into work the other day, right? He came in and he went,
my favourite kid, the one I really like.
You never guess
I
what,
did not
Joe?
make that.
I've got an IMDb page. I can't, for the life of me, can't think who'd make it. And I was like, I can. You made it, Jay.
Last edited yesterday by Jay Mottazek.
Right,
Well, I wouldn't use my own name, would I? If I was
like
that
Naughty
stupid.
Motty. We know that's you. Read the rest of that.
The pathetic downfall of North London's second biggest club. No European football, no faith, just vibes. So, and it's just a star, Mikel Arteta.
Are you scratching your chin on the mic like Baloo from Jungle Book? That's got to sound awful for everyone else.
Yeah,
So please
apologies
do
there
that.
to the people listening and watching.
We got to the midfield then. Can we talk a bit more about
like
that?
ASMR,
Because
is that what it's called?
yeah, but people don't want beard scratching.
What do they want? Like,
Yeah, you eating like a big bowl of ramen or something. Well, them
you know
sorts
who
of
my favourite guy is? The guy that put cheese in the chocolate fountain. It's so good.
He's just like fucking can't wait. He's gonna flick him in the head. His wrists are so loose. I love him. I tell you what. One thing I was gonna say is Fred is shit, isn't he?
Don't. Honestly, I had enough. Right. The thing with me is, I get to a point with players when they're getting that much abuse, I'll stick up for him. When it gets to that so much where everyone's hating him and it's just getting ridiculous, I almost feel like I have to defend him. And I was, the first 20 minutes against Wolves were terrible and Fred was awful. But then it was just like the entire chat was about Fred. Andy was just going berserk about him. And I just thought, do you know what? Yeah, I get it. He's not playing well, but it's not only him that's not playing well. Like none of the team really were at that time, other than maybe. That first 20 minutes though.
Fred's not good enough.
I know. I'm not saying he is. I just think it's like it was
What
very.
do we say then? Because I agree with you. And I
top.
don't like kicking people when they're down and all that. But he starts every week.
No, he isn't good enough. I can't see us winning a Premier League title if he's the only holding midfielder. I don't see how that works because I don't think he's got it in him to do that. It kind of could maybe work with McTominay alongside him. Someone was asking, I think, Sonic Gaming, says, do you think McTominay can become a star in 2 years' time? Maybe there might be something in there. I think there's a better chance of McTominay working out than there is of Fred because Fred's 28 as well. He ain't going to get any better at this. He's had 2 seasons now in this role.
If you forget he's as old as 28.
And that's what I mean. He's had 2 seasons of playing in this position and he's 28 years old. So there isn't another level for him to go where you go, he'll kick on next year. What, when he turns 30, he's going to be better.
It's weird, man. He seems to be really well liked as well. No, I don't mean as a person, but like, it's like they rely on him. Like
he plays it like something. He plays every week.
He literally, that chance when Wan-Bissaka cleared it off the line. I was looking at Fred thinking, bro, what are you doing? Got spun like a Beyblade, dropped on the floor.
Do you know what?
Like crawling after him like Phil Jones,
out
wasn't
in
it?
watch-alongs.
It's horrible.
Where like he's not anywhere near to make a challenge. Like someone turns and shifts, and he's miles away.
And his press is wild, like he'll press, and then he just, we're gone.
Yeah, and it's like he's not even close enough to make a foul.
And then your opposition,
really
you're watching
worrying.
Ruben Neves keep the ball.
Yeah, it is frustrating. And you could argue it's not his fault he's getting played.
No,
and
it
he's
is
not up
his
to
fault.
it, or not up to the job. But he's not up to the
I
job.
don't think, for instance, in his defence a little bit, Paul Pogba isn't ready or isn't right to play as a one of two.
But are
double
you
pivot.
surprised when he's
Pogba
got
isn't
that
there.
lunatic next to him?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm
it's
not
not a
saying.
dig
I'm
at
not,
Pogba.
I'm
It's
not
like
saying.
people keep going on like Pogba's the issue.
No,
Nah,
Pogba.
nah,
No,
nah,
no,
no,
I'm
no,
not saying that.
No, I know you're not. But people keep going on like, we can't play Pogba in a 2 because Pogba this, Pogba that. No, it's because you got Bellends next to him. Bro.
Well,
You
yeah,
could play
but also
Pogba in a
that
2 if you had
simple.
Kante next
Pogba
to him.
was
Yeah.
good yesterday, putting tackles in.
Yeah, he was
winning
alright,
balls.
but he doesn't drop back enough.
No, I
There's
know
a lot
that.
of time when there's space,
I
massive
agree,
space
but
that
I
Fred
mean,
has
what
to
I'm
cover.
saying is,
yeah, no, I'm
people
not.
would have been saying, Scholes is shit in a 2 because you don't do. It's like,
Yeah.
but he's got the right man next to him. It's like when we seem to criticize the midfield 2, it's like, Pogba can't play with them, so we need. But really, if you put the right midfielder next to him, he's fine. It's like there's no issue with Pogba playing there. It's because we got dickheads next to him, like useless clowns that wouldn't get in any. Would Fred or McTominay start for Man City?
No, of course he wouldn't.
For Chelsea?
No.
Well, then that's
I
it.
think
They
McTominay
wouldn't even
get
start
games
for.
for
Nah.
both, but I don't
Don't
think
be
he'd
daft.
start
Don't be
Games
daft. Don't
maybe,
be
but
daft.
not like
Don't
starting.
be daft.
Not a
Liverpool.
regular.
You don't think that McTominay would ever get a game for Chelsea?
For who? He can't even start in
Kovacic?
Scotland's
Well,
midfield.
Kovacic
bro.
barely
Kovacic
start-
is better than McTominay.
Yeah, I'm not saying he isn't, but Kovacic didn't even play every game last season. He was
Scott
on the bench for half the
McTominay
season.
gets put into defence for Scotland because John McGinn's better than him. Even Villa's 2 are better than ours, Douglas Luiz and John McGinn. It's like, just
Right,
we need
with
to
all that
stop pretending.
with all that being said, then right, we've obviously got this issue in midfield that we've all addressed and we can debate it. Can we then still get over the line with this midfield.
There's no excuse for not winning a trophy with this team.
Right, okay.
When, if you look at City, they'd go, we can win a title, but lacking up front. Yeah. Chelsea will say there's a position where they're lacking. Right?
Defense.
Every team's got that position.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 players that can play.
The thing with Chelsea that's helping them out is their weakest position, I would say, is centre back. They've got Rudiger, who's all right, but he had a decent season last season. He was good the year before.
They're just about to sign that fella from Sevilla, aren't they?
Koundé's, obviously, if that happens, then things have to change. But as it stands, they've got Azpilicueta, who's brilliant, who's been excellent for years. And then they've got, team players next to him who aren't quite at his level. But they make up for that by having 3 at the back. So it covers a lot of that because you've got, how we sort of have to do 2 midfielders to do one person's job. They're doing 3 centre-backs to do 2 centre-backs' job. And that masks that for him. And the midfield and attack is so good.
We thought Varane coming in would help that. And I actually could see Varane improving McTominay's game. But it doesn't matter what defence you got behind Fred. He's an idiot.
That ball that comes to him, and all he has to do is control it at sort of knee height. And he just puts it straight in his path.
That was just...
It's literally
was painful.
Comical.
It was painful to watch. It was like...
He's not good enough.
No, I'm not going to argue that because he isn't. Devam Sharma says Van der Beek needs to go. He's done nothing wrong. He's wasting his career. LVG will do everything to stick it to United, and he'll use Donny for this. Obviously, Van Gaal, the
Did you see what he said?
Dutch manager, know what he said? Sorry, I missed.
He basically said Van der Beek needs to start playing games.
Fair enough. Vinay Navneet says Donny should play at least for us to understand why he isn't being played. Where do you stand on Van der Beek? Because everyone keeps going on Van der Beek, play him in the 6. He's the answer. Is he?
I mean, he wouldn't give the ball away more than fucking
I don't
Fred.
think he...
I mean, that's the thing as well. Look, I don't like people that say, oh, Fred should be playing every fucking game. Because Pogba and Bruno are better than him. But it's not like Fred and McTominay and Matic are pulling up trees.
Can you see any? Can you see?
And he can play as a 6.
And
he's got a bigger. He's got a better footballing brain than all of them.
Yeah, you said about how he seems to be quite popular with some of his teammates and stuff. Can you see why that would be then? What he brings to that team? Because Ollie can't.
I think he's just a nice guy.
But do you really think Ollie's just going?
Oh, not Ollie picking him in the team.
Nice,
I mean, why he's popular in the team?
Right.
Why
Sorry.
is he picking him?
Yeah, because I don't believe for 1 minute that Ollie doesn't see what we see. I don't believe Ollie closes his eyes for the first 20 minutes against Wolves and doesn't watch that disaster.
Because Matic can't do it week in, week out anymore. Right. And he's occasionally useless himself. McTominay, injured. He was injured at the end of last year. We've heard he was carrying injuries. Why do we keep doing this to players? Are you injured? Cool, play.
Yeah, you can come off the bench against Southampton.
And then Fred... He's actually the right age. He plays in a position.
And again, when you look at his
is available.
His little chart, his football manager thing, you're like intensity, or I know that's not on there, but his intensity is great. His agility and his movement, his lateral movement is way better than McTominay or Matic, who is so slow when it comes to it. But his brain doesn't exist. His positioning is poor. His tackling isn't actually that good.
And when he has this performance,
the
next game he'll be 7 out of 10, and everyone will be like, he was all right.
Yeah, he does a little bit of that. He's got a touch of Van Gaal used to do that as a manager. He'd have all those managers when you think he's about to get sacked and he'll beat City or someone. He'd go, he's all right now, actually.
That's him.
Yeah.
We'll beat City and he'll be amazing.
Yes. You're like, wow, actually, we always knew there was a player there, and then you'll have to put with it. But the thing with Fred that just gets me is when he's bad, he's terrible. Somebody can have moments, but Fred has a 10-minute period where he'll just constantly give the ball away.
When Fred's good, he does stupid things.
Yeah, that's true.
I was about to say when Fred's good, he's terrible. He's not terrible when he's good. But when he's good, he's still Fred.
Yeah, he went through a period in the last season of usually from the 85th minute to the 90th minute, just losing his head, constantly giving it away. Then there was those 3 games on the trot where he gave the ball away at the edge of his box that led to goals. I mean, we don't need to go over it. We know where we stand with Fred.
We talk about Pogba giving the ball away in front of his defence. Fucking Fred does it more often than not.
I mean,
he's the defensive midfielder.
Yeah,
but no one said
completely different.
No, but that's the point. He's the defensive midfielder.
Pogba, are they?
Yeah, I mean,
or if they were, it was for the contract.
But what I mean by that is, it's become a kind of Pogba gives the ball away, and it's become a thing. But that's never become a thing about Fred.
Well, it has.
And Fred actually does.
No, it has become a thing about Fred. People talk about Fred giving the ball away all the time, and also you can criticise both of them.
No, I know. I'm not.
Pogba is a far better player than Fred, but Pogba has issues. More. Yeah, he does. He definitely does. Yeah, but Pogba, the other day, he's tracking back his abysmal sometimes, especially when he loses the ball. When
He
he's
was talking
deep,
about, sorry, Paul Pogba. Sorry,
he holds on to the ball too long. I
Yeah.
think he's best on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
I do
no,
think he's best on the
yeah,
left-hand
yeah.
side.
4-3-3. We tried to do that yesterday, but Fred's useless.
No, you can't.
He played
You
the
can't.
4-3-3.
You can't do a
But
He
again,
played
though,
Fred.
are we-
He played Pogba, Bruno. He played James. He played, watch him his face, Sancho and Greenwood. He played the 4-3-3 yesterday.
What did people think of Sancho yesterday?
I just thought it was quiet.
Yeah.
I just
Do you know
thought
who's-
He's got to take
I know-
his time.
Do you know
Yeah.
whose debut it reminded me of? Alanga's. Do you know
Spot on.
where he's on the
Keeping
ball?
it safe,
Yeah.
not
And you think
taking any
he
real
didn't, He didn't
risks.
try anything.
Yeah.
He didn't really try and get the ball in the
No,
box.
same
He didn't try
ground
to
now.
go past anyone.
Nah, Alanga played against Leicester at home.
Yeah.
And he
He scored against Wolves,
Yeah,
didn't
he
he?
scored.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
played
He just-
much better against Wolves.
Because he just the ball would
Yeah.
come to him. It's like
Alanga
he was
was
just doing
completely
rondos for the
playing
whole
it
game.
safe,
The ball
yeah.
came to him and
Just a
when
little
the player
5-yard pass or whatever.
pressed him. He just tapped it.
And there was a couple of moments on the Sancho. There's one where he headed it back into the danger area, whatever you like, crikey. But
Yeah,
yeah, he just. I think we've got to temper it a little bit because we all wanted to see Sancho start. I did. But it's like maybe it's taking him a little while just to get into the rhythm of things at Manchester United. Devin Doherty says, lads, sell Dan James, give Cavani the 21, Ronnie the 7, sorted.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think
Seems like
that's
it's what's happening, doesn't it?
that is what's happening.
And then next year, Cavani's going to wear 22.
Are you going to be singing, was that Taylor Swift song?
Yeah, yeah. Don't know about you.
We've sang worse songs at Old Trafford, or some worse songs. Black Lace and all that. The Mancalorian, yeah. No, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anderson to Agadoo.
That was so good.
I know,
It was, but
it's
it's
like,
a
you're like
shit
it's
song.
an Agadoo. It's Agadoo.
Yeah, it's pop.
Do you know what I mean? Come on. The Mancalorian says, right said Fred song. I'm not too sexy for the shirt.
Stop now.
Not too sexy for the shirt. Not so sexy. It hurts. Oh,
I
nice.
said Fred's got COVID, isn't it?
He's probably got tinfoil hat on in his hospital.
I don't laugh at people getting COVID, but I do when they tweet a lot about COVID being a conspiracy.
Why have Right Said Fred become like some sort of experts on COVID?
Isn't it
How
funny
has that happened?
I saw them trending with like Saddam Hussein, Right Said Fred, and fucking Iraq.
What company to be in, eh? Isn't it mad that there's like 3 people ever who have said like, I wish I didn't get the vaccine, and there are thousands of people who are like, I wish I did. It wasn't a lie. Like there's so many people who regret not getting it way more than people who regret getting it. I don't know anyone that regrets getting it.
No.
Do you know what I mean? There's loads of people, you see them all the time, they're like, just get the vaccine. I was misled. Now I'm ill. Just get it, for fuck's sake.
Wally of the week.
Or don't. Personal choice, isn't it?
Nope.
Wally of the week.
It is personal choice. of
Yeah,
course.
I've got the vaccine.
I'm
if
trying to
anyone is
suggest
curious.
that
You
you
wouldn't
should
let
get it.
someone just jab you.
Yeah, I would.
You do, don't you?
I'd let him jab me more than Jake Paul let Tyron Woodley jab him. Can we? I know we don't talk about MMA.
Oh, go
here.
on.
How embarrassing was that
I didn't even watch
who?
it.
for Tyron Woodley, former UFC champion?
I've seen bits of it, and
What
I felt
happened?
like
He lost to
like
a
when it,
YouTuber.
basically, I hate the Paul brothers, and if you want to scrap, holla. But
Imagine.
what I'm saying is, people think they're stupid, and they're not. Like Jake Paul and Logan Paul are picking people that have no experience in a boxing ring, and they've trained solid for like 2 years.
Yeah, more now.
So
3 or 4
so
years.
like when you're fighting someone that has just picked up a training camp for 6 weeks, and you can tell, and it's unnatural for him. You see how low he was dipping, and like he was fighting UFC, but when he caught him, like 2-3 times he caught him, and my man looked fucked. So it was like if he had trained boxing longer, I think Woodley kills him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think
But
if he wants to fight Tommy Fury, he's fucked.
yeah,
mate.
but Tyron Woodley,
Those
well,
Furies
that's different.
are gonna kill you, bro.
But Tyron Woodley is a professional fighter and has been for like 15 years.
But he
That
just
is
couldn't-
embarrassing.
But I thought Jake
I would
Paul
lose to
managed
both,
the
by
distance
the way.
really well.
Yeah, he's good. But that's the
Like
thing.
when I was
He's a
looking at
decent
it, like
boxer.
every time Tyron Woodley got into range, he'd just make it bigger again.
Yeah.
And that was really clever because when he got caught, he looked worried. So
He's a decent boxer, and there's a reason.
I don't
why,
like him, but
there's a reason why every single one of these fights have been boxing matches and not MMA bouts. There's a reason because it goes from having a
But
chance
if he fights
to being
Tommy Fury-
no chance.
but when I
on,
saw
what you said
Thingy
there.
catch him,
Yeah.
Woodley catch Paul, it's a problem. And if Fury catches him, someone that knows boxing and knows how to finish someone off and knows how to
That
make,
actually is a boxer.
I think there's going to be issues. Like I think he could get really hurt. Like
The
properly.
thing with boxing is though,
properly
you know how they
damaged.
do it. The ref would jump.
What
in
is
and
Tommy
shut it way
Fury
down.
will
What's
fuck
the
him
like
up,
level
I
of
think.
Tommy Fury? Is he like?
But he's a
that-
Fury, bro.
Because all I know him from his Love Island.
He's been
genuinely.
training boxing, I imagine, all his
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
Like
Right.
He's a
those
good boxer.
gypsies just call each other out.
Yeah,
You want
right,
to scrap?
yeah.
Let's scrap.
He's a good
Like,
boxer,
everyone's
but
at it.
he's not like world champion level.
No, he's not. He's probably.
No, but
he's-
he's a natural
he's
boxer.
better than
I've
Jake
been
Paul.
boxing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So well, I've not seen that fight. And I don't think
We
I'll
didn't say
Bother.
Wally of the week, did we?
Let me just let me go into some
sorry,
super chats and then we'll do Wally of the week. So Mohammed Jabba, welcome to the academy. Thanks for all your support, bro. There was another one as well. This is so sad. Alexa played Esposito. Freddie's tops 90% for tackles, interceptions, a block. Bruno puts up better defensive numbers than Van der Beek. Fred isn't good enough, but Van der Beek is not a 6.
Fred statistically is pretty good on paper because we did research for him when we were doing the Van der Beek video. Statistically, Fred is very good. High percentiles in a lot of the sort of, like you said, tackles, interceptions, that sort of thing. But he gives the ball away too much.
Yeah.
He on the ball, he is shocking and stuff like what stat it gets lowered or highed by Traore knocking the ball past you and just not even seeing you multiple times.
But you know, at the same time,
Yeah,
and
that's
Fred
nothing
deserves
nice.
criticism.
criticism.
Interceptions, does it?
Yeah, no.
And Fred needs replaced, but there's no excuses with this team no more. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with that because also
I'm
you
sorry.
can't have a world class player in every single position before you're expected
And
to
I'm
win
sorry,
something.
you can't have a team that contains Cavani, Sancho, Rashford, Ronaldo,
Pogba,
Greenwood,
Bruno.
Marshall, Pogba, Bruno, Fred, even if you say Fred,
Jack.
McTominay,
I'm just
Matic,
thinking like
Maguire, Varane.
We kind of did it
Luke Shaw.
a little bit in 2013 when you saw Cleverley playing a lot of games. I'm not hating on him, but it wasn't like he was
Cleverley's better than Fred.
all right, but he wasn't that good. He was okay.
I don't think
But
Cleverley's
we still
better
won the
than
league, and we
McTominay.
won it at a canter, really.
I'd take Scott McTominay over Tom Cleverley.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my point is what you're saying is because we had Van Persie, we had Rooney, we had all these other Rio and Vidic had their like swan song season ever. We got away with having one who was maybe a 6 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? Okay, you can argue that Fred's a lot lower than that, but like you say, you can get away with it if you've got amazing defenders, one of the best attacks in the world.
Let's just
Maybe you can get away with it.
This is really a simplistic way to put it into it, and it
Go on.
doesn't take a look at fixture congestion, fatigue, injuries, etc. But if we play any team, I'm thinking we're beating them. I'm sorry, any team,
We
even
might
if
have
you've got
a
one
better
or
chance
two
in the
injuries,
Champions League because of that.
any team.
Do you know what I mean? Because you can win the Champions League almost easily.
I think Chelsea are favourites for the league. You know,
Because the league, like you look at the teams that have won Champions League, you've had teams like Chelsea twice who weren't even the best team in England and won the
Either
Champions
time.
League. The Scouts just did
None
when
of
they
the
finished
teams that have
fifth.
won the Champions League in England won the league the same time except United.
United have only ever won the Champions League when we've been the best team in Europe.
Liverpool have done it twice. Chelsea have done it twice.
Yeah.
Didn't win the league any of those 4 times.
Yeah. So there you go. Right, who was your Wally of the week? Did you give us one?
have you seen Maitland-Niles on Instagram? I gotta give it to Arsenal, the whole establishment, Arsenal Football Club. You are the Wallies of the week. What is going on? Why are they smoking down there at the Emirates? They've got people in hostage situations tweeting. Like, they're in cupboards. They ain't even got no light. They're just tweeting words. Like, posting Instagram stories of words, Like, Maitland-Niles, free him. Arteta,
Do you remember when
sack him.
all them Arsenal fans were going on about, he has Rashford in one pocket and Martial in the other. He's the best defender in the world and all this shit. About Maitland-Niles? He was going to be the best defender
He's
in
a
the
defender?
world. Yeah, apparently.
thought
Like how
he
we had
played.
Rashford and Martial in his pockets. Do you remember when he put his arms around Rashford for the penalty? Do you remember the Titanic thing? Have a look. Honestly, he's waiting for the penalty. He's got his arms around him like he's Kate Winslet. It's really weird. But yeah, that club is a shambles from the fan base to the board to the players to the manager. It's just a joke.
It's bad. It's really bad for them.
Who are you going for?
I think I'm going to go all the City fans that were taking the piss out of us on Thursday night.
We've seen you dickheads. We've fucking seen all of you.
Yeah.
Dickheads.
That's not a bad one. I'm going to go with... I was going to go with Graham Souness, but I do him almost every
How
week.
many shirts, City shirts, do you think arrived at people's houses today with Ronaldo on the back?
Thousands.
That
Well,
were ordered
they
on
haven't-
like
to be fair, we have to remember how many fans they've actually got. So probably about 12.
But they're out there.
Yeah.
We know they're
About
out there.
80% of their fan base,
Listen,
probably.
if you're a City fan
Yeah.
and you ordered a Ronaldo 7 shirt, I will buy it off you. I'll buy it off you.
How much?
Face value.
Raw.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't pay more than face.
No, but you right, okay.
How many?
But this is a great bit of...
Because
we
you know
need
what that
this for
night
PR
when we
piss
were
take.
doing it, right? City fans were in our chat, weren't they? When they thought they were getting him. Because
Yeah.
we done like Ronaldo's got to City. The City fans were in the chat.
Yeah, we were
So-
getting rinsed on that.
yeah.
You know that video me and you did?
Yeah.
People are commenting on it like, look at the state of these. Like. And then someone commented on the Harry Kane video that I did about Kane not going to City going... There was about 10 comments saying, you're laughing at this and now we're getting Ronaldo. And it was like... Where's the strike? Where is your striker?
Inject that. Just quickly, my Wally of the week won't be that. It'll be Tim Sherwood, by the way, who said the Glazers buying Ronaldo for us was a gift to the fans.
Tell Tim Sherwood to suck
What
his
do you make of that
Shut
video
up.
of Michael Gove dancing, by the way?
Oh, God.
One of the best things I've ever seen.
What
is he doing? He's out by himself in a nightclub in Brighton?
I thought, was it not Edinburgh? Was it?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
In a nightclub by himself.
Apparently, he said he deserved free entry as well.
Love that.
Swat. I fucking hate him. Don't get me started on the Tories. Juan Martinez says Fred has such high tackles because he gives the ball away and then he has to get it back. If he could pass the ball at Sunday League level, then he wouldn't. Surai Mukherjee says Rio said the other day he spoke to Woodward about CR7 signing, but then what it takes for the board to go for a DM. I mean, CR7 is a PR signing. We need someone in the middle. We can't contend only top four.
Fair enough, we need a DM. Ronaldo isn't a PR
Do you know what,
signing.
though?
He isn't a PR signing.
I don't give a fuck because of the Newcastle game, when Ronaldo walks out there, it's
you-
going to
are you
be
there?
one of the best feelings ever.
We're all there.
We
as
wouldn't
well.
have had that if it was like, listen, I'd love us to get a DM, but it wouldn't be like that if we'd have bought Neves or Basuma or whatever.
I'm so excited
It's going
for
to be
that
so
He'll
mid.
come off the bench as well. It'll make it better. It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better that.
Yeah, because he's there.
Just final super chat. Damon Gozo says Cavani gets 21 and Ronnie gets 7. It's only right. Hopefully they unveil him soon and do it right. I'm going to leave it there.
You think they'll do an unveiling at Old Trafford tomorrow or something?
What, on the pitch like that?
If they
Like with all
did,
the fans
it'd be
inside the
round.
ground.
If they did, people would turn up for it.
I'd turn up.
Yeah,
I would.
I'd get
I'm taking the
turned
family.
up.
Do you
I'd
remember there was
take
like
the whole
70,000
tribe,
at the
mate.
Burnabout when he
Yeah,
signed that?
yeah. Do you remember like
That's full
Benzema was the week later and it was like quarter of it.
I'd honestly, I don't know if they'd get 76, but I reckon they'd get 40,000 people.
Because City
easily.
fans
Yeah.
would have got a lot of people for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never for Jack Grealish, but they would have for that.
They did the Grealish one though. It's so stupid. Like, I mean, they ain't got the fans for it anyway. But after he's already played for you, and then you have it on a Monday night, and it's like, no one's going at that.
No.
Like, plus you haven't got the fans for it.
I'd go to that so hard. In every
They
way.
nearly signed Grealish and Ronaldo in one window.
And it's still moan.
I would have been on suicide watch.
They're moaning now. All the City fans. Oh, Pep's not been backed. Fuck off. You just bought the most expensive English footballer ever.
And they've ruined him as well.
I know already. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. That's been Adam McCauley. You know where to find him. That's been Joe Smith. You know where to find him. These two will be live at, well, not live, but will be on Premier League Piss Take
Yes.
at 7 o'clock, is
7
it?
o'clock tonight.
Make sure you check it out. It's going to be hilarious.
Free Ainsley.
Free Ainsley. You know what to do.
Harriet, you never do.
I've only just worked out that Ainsley Maitland-Niles' first name is Ainsley.
I know.
That's mad.
It's, when he said that, I thought, what's it about? And then
I thought
did
Ainsley
it.
Harriet was the only Ainsley I know, but I know too.
Green pepper or red peppers?
Green pepper, red tomato, mate.
How's it red
Green
tomato?
peppers all day. Like that
Red
bitterness.
Peppers.
Glad we cleared that up. This has
Peppers
been
tastes like shit.
Paddock Podcast. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. We're out of here.